Welcome, everybody. This is the second recording. This is an after recording of the last few dungeons for Zelda 1 because we had a streaming error and I couldn't get the footage out. So we don't have any footage of the last 2 or 3 dungeons and until the ending. So I thought I'd just record the episode this way and not care about streaming it this time. So we're basically making a way. I think last time we... I'm actually glad I got this to work. I had the old save state that we created, so I can still jump in from this point forward. I think we needed some money and we need to go to the 7th dungeon. And here we are. We are back. I just gathered 60 coins, which is all we need to get the meat. I think it's 68, isn't it? I don't care, to be honest. Here we go. No, it's 60. Okay. Yeah, you need 60 coins to buy the meat. And now we move back to the dungeon. And here is the 7th dungeon. Yep. Dungeon number 7. I think we already did a number on this dungeon. Good, because this is where the bullshit starts happening. Problem is, this dungeon isn't that difficult. I think dungeon 7, I think even dungeon 8 aren't that difficult. The last dungeon is pretty difficult, by the way. So yeah, dungeon 7 is pretty easy because you can basically just shoot your laser beams. You can just use your magic wand and basically obliterate everything. Dungeon 7 is a little bit of a different beast because, dungeon 8, it's a little bit more difficult. The thing is, from dungeon 8 forward, they will start throwing you into rooms with tons of guys like these and random fireballs starting spitting everywhere. That is my biggest issue I have with the last dungeon. It's basically random stuff happening everywhere. You just basically have fireballs everywhere and you have to kill everyone at the same time and you get hit a lot just because of this. So yeah, we give him the meat and move on. That is the only thing I dislike about this game. It's just, instead of difficult enemies or something like that, they just throw you into rooms full of fireballs and random stuff happening, random projectiles everywhere. That's their extent of being difficult. Like, but yeah, it's the first game in the series. It's still enjoyable. I enjoyed the last dungeon a lot. But yeah, I definitely need to reset in the last dungeon a bunch. I think last time I made it actually where I didn't need to reset too much. So yeah, what we do in this dungeon is we need to get to the tip of the nose, which is top right, because that is where a entrance to the final boss is, to the boss of this dungeon is. I think somewhere along here there's also, I don't remember, but yeah, rooms like these. There's almost every room in the last dungeon is like this, where you have enemies and then you have stuff shooting at you. That's the extent of the difficulty. That's where the difficulty comes from. And it's a little bit infuriating. We have to blow ourselves into somewhere. Wait a sec. So we didn't even need to come here. Oh, come on. So yeah, that's the extent of the difficulty that the game proposes. It's not really that difficult. The game isn't really too difficult, to be honest. But there's just random shit happening everywhere. Sometimes. Sometimes these rooms have just random enemies that can fire stuff at you. Oh yeah, and tons and tons of wizards. That's also something that they do. Here's the candle. The red candle is probably one of the most useless dungeon items, and I'm going to tell you why. The red candle is basically like the blue candle. But you can use it multiple times in a room like this. The blue candle, you had to leave the room and come back. The problem is, in the next dungeon, we're going to get an upgrade to the magic wand that makes both candles useless. And it's not even that far off in the next dungeon. It's just, it makes it useless completely. But yeah, we have the dungeon item now, so we can move forward with this. Let's just take it slow and also from this dungeon forward we are going to be using the magic potion. I don't think we need it for the 8th dungeon, but I will use it for the 8th dungeon. Definitely. Just because I hate it. I think the game is really, really good. After deliberating, well, I had time to deliberate now on this, like, for a few weeks since the last stream. The game is actually really, really good. Especially when we come to games like Zelda 2, which you will probably see in right after this video. Right after, I think this is where where I'm going to cut the video. You will see Zelda 2 right after. The next video is going to be a stream highlight of Zelda 2. It's a shit show. Zelda 2 is a shit show to me. Wait. Zelda 2 was an absolute shit show. And yeah, it wasn't really good. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult. Zelda 2 was extremely difficult for me. It's one of those, right? Isn't it? Wasn't it? Yeah, it was. So yeah, compared with Zelda 2, this game is like cotton candy and puppies, basically. So yeah, most of these common enemies we can just use the magic wand to shoot from afar. I think that's the best course of action. And they drop decent stuff, decent health. And yeah, this is basically from this forward. Bosses are mostly just reused. I don't think you can hit him with this, but he takes like 2 hits with the sword. Not really a great boss, but it's serviceable. Sure. So, next up, we will enter the next dungeon, It fills up your heart completely, your hearts completely, but you can use it twice, which makes it really good. I think this is it. Yeah. It's in this random bush, by the way. Dungeon 8 is in this random bush. So, yeah. We're going to go to the left first. So yeah, we are doing another mini boss. This is also where they start throwing mini bosses at you, which is okay, I guess. I don't mind it too much. These rooms are okay. Like, there's a ton of enemies in this room, but most of them are pushovers. We will get rooms like these, which are mostly pushovers in the last dungeon. But then we will have rooms that are absolute menaces, so it's a mixed bag in the last dungeon. So yeah, with the magic book, our wand has increased power because it can now shoot fireballs. It creates basically fire whenever it lands somewhere. And this completely invalidates the candle because the fire coming from the magic wand does have the same effect as a candle. It can light up rooms. I think it can even burn the bushes outside, so it doesn't really matter anymore. We don't need the candle. Like this. See? This completely invalidates the red candle. The red candle is the worst dungeon item. Like, at least the other dungeon items had like a use. Like, even the raft has two places where you can use it. The red candle is just completely useless. The red candle is absolutely useless. Let's just bomb our way through here. So there's a tons of ways we can go. Yeah, it's rooms like these that give me absolute nightmares. These are rooms where I'm going to be losing most health, because these guys are already hard enough. But you get blasted from all sides by these bullets. This room is bullshit. Let me just say it like this. It's absolute bullshit. Let's go in here. Let's use a magic rod again. Okay. Take 3 hits. Okay. I just want to get the compass. Let's just do it for completion's sake. I don't think there's anything to the left. Let me just double check this. I think we go straight upwards. Oh yeah, this leads directly to the boss. Yeah, we just need to go upwards. From this. So yeah, these rooms are okay. Like I said, it just sucks that you can't use a sword for a while if you get hit by these weird things, but they don't do damage. And the orange knights are actually pushovers. They die in 1 hit, so it's not really a problem. So yeah, another room like this. These rooms we will get a lot of in the last dungeon. Like these bullshit rooms. This is the worst. Oh, come on. As I said, this is just stupid. Like, come on. Like, and the problem is they copy-pasted this room so much in the last dungeon. It's absolutely horrific. If these rooms didn't exist, the game would be a 10 out of 10 for me, to be honest. Perfect game. But these rooms are kind of the bane of my existence, so yeah, no. I don't think that's the way to go. I think we need to go up more. I think we're not done here on this side, sadly, which means we probably have to go through this room again and kill everything. I think there's another boss here. Yeah. Also, they copy-pasted all of those bosses now, so here we have another instance of Goma. With just more shit shooting at you, so... Come on. Do you see what I mean with the dungeon design? They copy-pasted a bunch of rooms, and then you have rooms like these, which are okay. If you have many different enemies in one room, it makes them infinitely easier. Because you can exploit each individual pattern, like... It also makes them more interesting, to be honest. Come on. Let's get down here. We want to get the dungeon item. And which is basically the... I think it's called the skeleton key. You can basically use it. Keys are now useless, basically. They make keys completely useless. You can open any door with it. So... I think it's good for the last dungeon because you don't need to search for the keys. I don't think you need any of them. Yeah, as I said, we need to go through this bullshit again. So... buckle in, because it's going to get hard. I should have brought a potion. Why didn't I bring a potion? Hopefully... This is so bullshit. These bullets are just so... I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Why did the other... For example, why did the other room reset, but not this one? Like... So yeah. And just hope we get something good. So yeah, we have to fight the boss with this much health. Which is concerning. But the boss is right here. And it's not a good amount of health to have, but we will just fight the boss right now. Here we go. We did the boss in one swipe. Just tanking every hit and just going for it. seem to work. So yeah, that is Dungeon 8. Now we move on to Dungeon 9. Here we are again at, this is the entrance to Death Mountain, which is the final dungeon. And first off, we're going to go left, because up here we can get a potion. And we're going to use the red one. On the way here, I gathered enough money to get it, so wasn't a really long way, but it gave me enough money. And we're going into Death Mountain. First up, before I started Death Mountain, I'm going to save state the crap out of this dungeon if I need to. I'm going to try to get everything. Second off, I'm going to use a guide from this point forward, because this is a huge dungeon that has many useless rooms that are just there to make you get lost. And it's really difficult. There is one path you can take which gives you everything in this dungeon. Without having to have a huge detour, actually. It gives you basically everything. And you can basically go through it and get to the final boss in one swoop. We are going to try that as best as we can. The problem is lots and lots of wizard ropes in there. Second, lots and lots of bad rooms that I told you about. So we're dependent a little bit on luck. If we die, we go out, we grind for money. And buy another potion. Okay. So, this dungeon is incredibly difficult. The thing is, on my last recording, I actually made it towards the end of the dungeon in one swoop, without having to reset at all. Without having to regrind and get another potion. Sadly, this is not on recording anymore. We did beat Ganon in one swoop. So yeah, we are trying to get to point B. And yeah, these wizard ropes are just as bad as they were in Dungeon 6. These ones aren't as bad. But yeah, we have the potion, we can fill up our hearts 2 times. I don't know what these guys are. They also throw in new enemy types, which is very weird. But yeah, our success basically depends a little bit upon if we can get enough health drops to keep us sustained for a while. Before we need to use the potion. If we get a ton of health drops, we might even not need to use the potion at all. Mostly. But yeah, wizard ropes are... They are the worst enemies in the game. It's not really good. But yeah, this way, this is the thing. This is the first time I'm actually live. I'm actually recording a video that I'm going to cut together later. This is weird. It feels weird to me. Because I've been streaming all the time, all of these videos, and now I'm just recording something. Also, if we get enough money, we might just outright buy another potion outside. Here's the thing, we are going to make a few small detours in this. Because this is just a small detour to get the compass. Which we don't need to make next time around. So, even though this path has a few small detours planned into it for specific items, basically next time when we die and get a magic potion outside again, we can take a shorter path. A way shorter path to the final boss, so that shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, basically that was a useless detour right now, but we want the compass, we want to get everything. We want to get the compass and the map. And everything. Oh yeah, and it has these enemies, right. Right. I don't know what the problem is with these enemies. These are just incredibly, insanely difficult. And I don't know why. They are so hard. And there's tons of them gathering here. So yeah, we're already feeling the pressure. I also might have to pick up a potion soon. No. We need to go south. Right. Can these things... I don't think these things drop anything. Sadly. Sadly, they don't drop anything. So yeah, if we feel the pressure, we need to buy potions. I think I'm going to use a potion right here. These enemies get easier with potions because you can use your sword beam. Already not ideal start to this dungeon, but we are going to make it, probably. Here's the thing: you can defeat Ganon with really low health. You don't need too much health to finish him. My fucking god, what is going on here? Wow, these enemies hold me up longer than I thought they would. And they barely drop anything, that's the problem. The drop rate is exceedingly low again. At least a little bit of stuff, you know, would be fine. I don't think we are going to make it this time around. Oh, I already need to take the second sip of the potion. So yeah, that's not going to be the run we are going to make. We are probably going to die here, sadly. Oh, come on. Just... This is just the worst. As I said, this dungeon is really difficult. Also, we get the red ring, which gives Link a new appearance, and we take less damage again, which is good. Which is a really good item. And this detour is actually worth it just because of the red ring. So yeah, this was an entire detour we did to get here that we didn't need to do, basically. And to our left we have the straight path we need. I think there's again this road. Oh god, I hate them so much. I hate these guys so much. These are just the worst enemies in the game. And yeah, the problem is nothing really we defeat drops any hearts or anything. That's where are we now? We're here. Wait a second. This leads us to here. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. These enemies might actually drop hearts, I hope. Yeah, a little bit. And money, which we will need, definitely. I don't think we will be able to do it in the first swoop. I really hope we can get the other dungeon item in, at least in this swoop. In this try. First off, we need to beat another one of these guys. Now they have like different patterns, and it's really, really stupid. Like, I don't know why they did it like this. Problem is we need to beat him in order to be able to move this. Come on. Here we go. Sadly, in order to access this, we need to beat him. I don't think if we return here, we do need to beat him because the pathway is open. So we can just go into the next room. But sadly, since we need the item, we can't just ignore him. Let's go. We need to go up. There should be another Wizard build room here. Okay, finally. Took us long enough, but yep, come on. Here we go. And we get the silver arrows, which is actually an item needed to beat Ganon. This is the item we need to beat Ganon. Problem is, now we need to go to Ganon first. And there's a few rooms that we actually need to pass through that are going to be absolutely abysmal. And if we make it with decent health, I'm going to try to beat Ganon. I'm going to create a save state probably and try to beat Ganon in this run. Maybe. Maybe. We need to go upwards. There's a few rooms up here that could give us health, which makes me hopeful. But yeah, once you have the red ring, this dungeon isn't as hard. The only problem this dungeon really has is that it's absolutely confusing where to go. So yeah, another one. Problem is none of these enemies really carries hearts. And that's just bad for us. Just bad news for us. Another one of these. Come on. Here we go. Kill these guys. We are getting extremely unlucky with those drops right at the moment. So yeah, from this, as you can see, we haven't really unlocked much of the dungeon yet. We go left. And there's a few rooms that might stop us here. First of this one. Why don't we get drops? This is ridiculous right now. Actually. This is absolutely ridiculous. I would love just a few hot drops or one fairy or something. Like, that would be enough. That came in clutch. Holy. Okay, from this room we need to go left. Right. Here we go. Let's not get hit. This room is a pushover. We get so much money. But absolutely no hearts. It baffles me. So yeah. Oh, this is another one of these. Oh, come on. If we can make it past him, we can basically beat Ganon. This is incredibly challenging right now. Here we go. Okay, we will try to beat Ganon with the amount of health we have. I think it's possible. Let's try it. And let's equip the silver arrows. We only need to attack him. Ganon is a really easy fight. You need to only attack him a few times until he gets stunned and then hit him with the silver arrows once. So it should be fine. It's a little bit luck-based, I have to say. We're going to be reloading a little bit. Let's try this again. I think he goes left first. I think that's where he is. And then he goes back. Ah, come on. Let me just hit you. I think he's moving. I think he's moving in circles. I think you just need to find out where he currently is going to be. Fuck. Another try, another try. I think we just need to be smarter with where we place our attacks. Here we go. Don't just take too many hits and be a little bit smarter about where you're attacking. And don't just run into him. Another try, another try. We will get there eventually. Would be way easier if we had less, more health. But I think it's possible. There it is. Oh. There we go. We did it. Yes. We did it. Oh my god. Oh my god, we did it. that was close. With that, we rescue Princess Zelda and defeated Ganon in The Legend of Zelda, the first one for the NES. We managed to beat it. Ah, this is such a great game. The last fight was a thrill because we had low health. If push came to shove, we had to just go back out, but I knew we could do it with that amount of health. So yeah, the first two games I need to actually abuse save states a little bit, but we managed to beat him. Thanks everyone for watching this recorded attempt. It's a little bit sad we lost the original stream, but I think we made up for it with this recorded video. And I hope everyone will come back and join me for Zelda 2, which is going to be another stream highlight video, because we did beat the game on stream. It was incredibly difficult, it was incredibly stupid, and yeah, that's about it. Thanks everyone for watching, and please like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, and if you want more content, just comment or try to engage with me. I'm very open to people engaging with me. So yeah, good stuff, and thanks everyone for watching, and goodbye.